The headmaster of the school here was born here, and he was a Whippy, and he for 5 or 6 generations down. So it was, you could see how some looked exactly like each other, you know. So you knew those were the Whippies. And they have other peoples. They have the Andrews here, and they have other families that settled down at the same time. Now they sang and they danced, and we had the kava ceremony. I drank kava 2 times. Now Betty was waiting. See, Janie sits in the middle. She's the spokesperson. And then Sune, he sits in front of her on the floor. And then 2 on one side of Janie and 2 on the other. And Janie gets the drink first, and then Sune, and then I, and then the lady next to me. And then they didn't go to the other side. They gave it to us again. So here Betty was waiting and waiting, and she's telling Jet, not take pictures when this happens. Okay, nothing happened. But they only took us 2 on the right side of the spokesperson and gave us kava 2 times. So I don't know what happened. Somebody made a boo-boo. And then we had an hour and a half, and they said, go ahead, take a walk on the beach. They're cooking, they're making a big, what is that, like a broth that they put all the vegetables in so they can get a good broth for the fish, you know, to poach it in and cook it in and whatever. And they said, go ahead, take a walk down the beach. So we walked down the beach, and Ralph saw a giant crab in the water, and he had a big stick, and he got it and brought it to land. And then one of the gals that works here that was with us to help us out in case anybody fell down or whatever, she told him it was a giant mud crab, and it was a giant one. We were all impressed, and she wanted her picture taken with it, and Ralph was taking his picture with it. And then after it was all over, I said, are we going to put it back in the water or what? Well, Tony came along and he says, will we take? So he took it and gave it to the head schoolmaster. Actually, if they had to go to the market and buy that particular one, it would have cost them $7 because it was so big. So that was that. But on the way back, I was walking by myself, and then there was schoolgirls that were walking along the beach. They had a recess time. See, they were all in school because it was their school day, and we went to the classrooms, and they sang songs for us, and we looked at their schoolwork and asked them how old they were and what they were doing. And boy, their handwriting is beautiful, and the printing is beautiful. Well, anyway, these little 5 girls, and they're all in kind of a deep pink dress, a little thing that just pulls over one piece. And the schoolgirls come, and one girl came up to me, and she kept trying to hand me a shell, and it's beautiful. It's I have to look it up. I think it's a cowrie, a giant cowrie, and it's real dark, and it's got light dots on it, and it's got a red line running down the middle, down the back. It's huge, and it's just as shiny as can be. It's just beautiful, and it's perfect. And she says, I want to give this to you. I want you to have this. And I said, oh, I can't do that. It's too beautiful. And she says, no. And I says, where did you get this? And she says, I got it on the reef. And take it. And I says, I don't have anything to give to you. That's all right. Then she says, you can take my picture with the shell. So I said, okay. So I took her picture with the shell. Then she asked me to take her picture and her friend's picture, and her friend was holding the shell. Then she said, can I take your picture with the shell? Okay, so I have my good camera there, and I showed it to her, and I showed her where the yellow square was, and I says, now you have me in that yellow square there. Okay, and I saw her holding it, and she held it not straight up and down. She held it at an angle, so it's going to come out in a V-shaped picture. But that's okay. Who cares?